This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Okay, so this is BTB Savage. A lot of people think that this crime just happened, or he just put up this pic yesterday and they spun the block in 24 hours. Let me tell you what really happened. I just watched the Vlad interview, then I did a deep dive on BTB Savage. First, let's get to the Vlad interview. And salute to Vlad. This is another classic, okay? And I'm not laughing at anyone dying. I feel bad for his family. I feel bad for his child, his girl. I feel bad for his mother. They lost somebody, but this kid is a knucklehead, okay? He's a knucklehead, okay? This is how it went down, okay? So he's a rapper from Houston, getting a little bit of a buzz, right? Someone wanted to do a feature with him. Now, mind you, his arm's broken in this video. Let's look at videos before his arm was broken. This is before. Showing off his chain. Showing off stacks of money, right? You would think this guy is rich, right? Loaded. Pictures of Bank of America because he loves Bank of America. This guy has a Bank of America chain. Already, I know he's an idiot. Who gets a Bank of America chain logo? Bro, come on. Look, then you know he's a scammer. He's rapping about scamming, okay? He's bragging about his crimes, right? So he has a picture of a Rolls Royce. He probably found a Rolls Royce in his building. He lives in a luxury building, okay? Found a Rolls Royce, took a picture, put some money on it. Looks good. Amiri. He's doing all the rapper stuff, right? People see this on the gram. What do they think? Yo, I want what he has. I'm hungry. So he does a Vlad interview. Probably wearing... There's no way that chain's real. If you got a real Bank of America chain, you're weird. To wear a logo of a bank... So this story gets really weird. So in this interview, he talks about... I can't play it. Only certain people can get away with playing and reacting things. Vlad would definitely strike my channel. You know, I don't need that. But this is what happened. So he gets a phone call at 10 at night, and these guys want to do a feature with him. And he's like, yo, I can't get a studio right now. And he's thinking about it, and is this somebody, like, think about this. If you have stacks of money, you have a Rolls Royce, say all his pictures are true. He has a Rolls Royce, tons of money, right? Are you really that hungry for a $3,000 to $5,000 verse? And secondly, you got to question, I'm not even that hot out here. Who would want to do a verse with me this bad? You got to question that, right? And there's no deposit. Mainly, got to get the deposit because then you filter out the people that are full of crap, you know? You got to know that they're there to do the verse. You get the deposit via cash, whatever it is, you know? Get half the money down. Let them know you're serious, right? He didn't even do that. On top of that, he has his children. He has a child in the house and his girl. Invites him to the house and says, yo, we'll just do it at my house. The guy brings his equipment. He doesn't even have his own studio there. They have their own equipment. They suggested, like, let's just do it at your house. And he's like, sure. That's already, if someone's that desperate to do something and they can't wait till the next day, right? Something's wrong. So already he has no street sense at all. And I'm not saying I have the most street sense. I just developed a little tiny bit, okay? I wasn't in the streets, okay? I just, from doing business like that, when things seem off with business, period, don't do it, you know? If, you know, these guys they were so desperate to spend this money, they could have done it the next day, you know? Like, if they can't do it the next day, there's something up, right? I think that's just not even street sense. It's just having common sense, right? So anyways, they come over, and there's a main guy, and then there's, like, younger dudes with him. And he's like, yeah, we're going to do this verse, man. So he starts setting up. They're acting weird, he says. The other guys leave because they forgot some of the cords or something out of the car. So So he said he locked the door at that point. And the guy was like, what you locking the door for, man? Like, we good? And he pulled out money. He said, we got money. This ain't weird. So then he starts asking about his Bank of America chain. Nobody's wondering about that Bank of America chain, bro. And he said, yeah, it's my big. And then he says when he looked up, the guy had a gun out on him, right? So his girl comes out and like he's like, yo, I'll shoot your girl, man. Give me all of your stuff. I'm leaving here. You know, give me your money and give me your jewelry. This is the problem, bro. You don't invite someone to your crib when you're posting money, jewelry, car. You just trust a stranger. You're an idiot. All right. So then he says, I grabbed him up, you know, so he couldn't shoot anybody. And he shot the refrigerator. And then I'm yelling at my girl, yo, go grab the gun. And I'm sorry, you know, this isn't funny, but it's just, this story is so crazy. Wait till I get into this story. And you got to go watch this for yourself too. So the girl goes and gets the gun, and he says he swayed his hips in a way and spun out of there, and the girl shot him in the back twice, and then the guy turned into the Hulk. And all of a sudden, he had 2 guns. Now he has 2 guns in his hand. He's like, where'd he get 2 guns from? So I'm like, yo, bro, just leave. He keeps having conversations with this guy while he's in the process of killing him, right? And the guy's in the process of robbing him. And then he says the guy was playing with the beams on his guns on the around and putting them on his girl's head. And he was like, yo, baby. He says, I told my girl, I said, hey, babe, move. The laser's on your head. Okay, if you just got shot in your back, are you waiting to play with lasers on the gun and like beam it on people? She would have been dead already, man. Your life is in danger. You just got shot twice in the back. So then he says she moves and he just shoots up the house. And then he says now I'm wrestling with him again on the floor, right? He's wrestling. He loves wrestling with this guy. And he's having a conversation with him like, yo, just leave, bro. And the guy's like, nah, I'm leaving with something. I'm going to leave with something. What? So then the other guys come and realize the door's locked. So he's yelling at them to shoot through the door, and they do like, bum, bum, bum. He says they do 3 shots through the door, right? And I'm telling my girl, shoot through the door, back at him. Okay, bro, he lives in a luxury apartment building. If you start shooting through the door, back at him, there's another apartment on the other side there. You could be shooting innocent people. Innocent people. This gets even better. Watch. So now he's just wrestling on the floor with the guy, and then these guys like shoot the door up 20 times. Boom, 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 right? And it kind of matches the pictures. Like, I don't think it's totally cat. Look, they did shoot through the door. Boom. Okay? They shot through the door. He's bragging about it here. Real one. He's real. Right? Look at it. They shot through the door. There's a hole in the refrigerator. Okay, so that matches, right? Then he's like, they just left him for dead at that point. You know, they left him for dead. And he's like, now I'm really having fun with this guy. He hasn't even disarmed him yet, right? The guy's still shooting. Now he's like, the guy shot the apartment up a little more. Bum, bum, bum. Hasn't disarmed him, right? Then he says the girl shoots him a couple more times. And he's like, I'm not leaving here with nothing. And he's like, dude, you already shot my house. Then he talks about having a conversation. He's like, bro, you already shot my house up 40 times. Can you please leave now? And the guy's like, I'm not leaving without anything. So then he's like, I drag him over to my couch, and now he's in between my legs, holding my legs. And I was like, pause, bro. Pause. I'm sorry. It's just such a... Dude, the story is so crazy. And he's like, now I'm wrestling with him again. And I tell my girl, shoot him. And he gets shot in the arm and something else. And he's like, why are you shooting me? Right? And I'm just like, yo, bro, you messed up. Why you come to my house like this? You should just leave. And he's like, I'm not leaving without anything. And then he's like, now I'm concerned because my kid's in the other room. His kid's been in the room the whole time this is going down, right? And he's like, but my kid's under the blanket. He's asleep. Do you think you could sleep through a 40-round shootout? So he says to his girl, he's like, yo, go get the kids. So she grabs the kids. They're sleeping, supposedly, through this whole thing, right? And they're walking out the apartment, and the guy grabs onto him as he's leaving. He's like, please, can I roll with you guys? What? The guy's still alive. And he's grabbing onto them because he wants to roll with them. And he said, I kicked him off me. I said, no, you can't roll with me, man. You had a chance to leave. And they just leave the house. And then he says, once I put my kids in the car, they woke up and they said, hey, Dad. And I said, shh, it's okay, guys. We're going to play a little game. Don't look. We're going to drop you off at your mom's house. And that was the story. Okay. Now, he decided that, hey, man, okay, this happened. A lot of people think this just recently happened. This happened 2 months ago, okay? I was going through everything, and I was like, wait a minute. Okay, so I'm going through his Instagram, showing a lot of money, looks okay. And then, this is on his storyline, right? Recently. This was posted. He posted the crime scene pics recently. People were wondering what happened to him because, look, this is on March, right? This one, you really him. Like, it's almost like he's paying for comments on here. Like, people were playing his music. All right. Look, he's got an arm sling. This is from February 7th. See right there? February 7th. People were like, glad you good, bro. He learned his lesson. That's one guy, right? Who broke your arm? Like, people were wondering what happened to him because he hasn't posted anything. There's nothing on his thing where he talks about what happened. It goes from just a regular post like this. Look, February 2nd, this was one post, to February 7th with this post. Money Man's in the comments, of course. Hey, bro, it was good. Another one on February 7th. He just out of nowhere, his arm's broken. Back in January, he was counting money. These guys wanted that stack of money. Who knows if those are all ones and this is his rent money? I have no idea. But I've seen the craziest things in this music business. He loves Bank of America, repping them. Maybe he was a bank teller before this, and he came up. I don't know, and he was really happy, and wanted to rep the brand. I have no idea, but dude, this is a crazy story. He did a whole interview on Vlad that dropped 4 days ago, describing this. That is what I'm telling you right now. The story makes no sense. It did happen. But the way he's telling it is like embellished, like the Soulja Boy story. This beats the Soulja Boy story. This beats it by a million. And someone lost their life that night. Could have been, he didn't lose his life that night. After he posted and bragged about this, I guess the guys that were related to the guy that got killed, he posts these like real one. Now this is the first time he's like posting the crime scene. They couldn't stand for that. And they took him out, bro. He's gone. He was still living in the same building, bro. Like, yo, that's what's crazy. He was still living in the same building. You could tell by his photos. He's still in the same building. He's just in a new apartment. He just moved up a couple floors. He's still in the same... it's the same building. You can tell by the way... I can tell, like, the way the stuff is. He lives in the same building that he took somebody out in. Who would rent a building? Who would rent an apartment to this guy? Who would rent to him, bro? Like, after this happened, I'm saying that, like, I'm saying who would rent to him again after you brought people into the building that lit the whole building up? I'd be like, yo, bro, you're bad for this building. You can't live here no more. Like, you bad news, bro. Like, I'm sorry. But, like, this is too much. You can't live here because you messed up my apartment. Someone died in my apartment. I can't even rent this apartment anymore. Someone died here. I have no idea what's going on here, bro. This is crazy. Anyways, this is the story of BTB Savage. I'm sure there's more to it, and I'm sure these guys are going to get arrested because everybody tells on themselves, right? I thought he was telling on. When I first saw it, I was like, did he tell on himself? Like that he broke into a crime scene? Now, after watching the Vlad interview, I understand that. Oh, okay, this is what happened. I wouldn't even have lived in Houston anymore. Honestly, at that point, I would have left. Bye. See ya. You know, I would have lived in Dallas for a while or something. You know, like moved over a little bit. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash this like button. Okay, I appreciate you guys so much. Peace.